If your blood sugar has been creeping up lately, or if your doctor has mentioned the words pre-diabetes or borderline at your last checkup, I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm going to share with you today is something that could genuinely change the way you feel every single day, starting with your very next meal. No confusing medical talk, no complicated diet plans you'll forget by tomorrow. Just simple, honest, kitchen table conversation about food, blood sugar, and what your body is really asking for. Let's talk. Here's something that might surprise you. Right now, across the United States, tens of millions of people over the age of 50 are walking around with blood sugar levels that are higher than they should be, and most of them have no idea. No symptoms, no warning bells. Just quietly, day after day, their blood sugar rises a little more, and their body adjusts to feeling normal at a level that really isn't normal at all. That's the tricky part about blood sugar. It doesn't always announce itself loudly. It whispers. And if you don't know what to listen for, you can miss those whispers for years. So let's start with the basics, in the simplest way possible. When you eat food, especially foods with carbohydrates, think bread, rice, pasta, sugary snacks, your body breaks that food down into glucose, which is just a fancy word for sugar. That sugar moves into your bloodstream, and your pancreas releases something called insulin to help move that sugar out of your blood and into your cells, where it's used for energy. Think of insulin like a key that unlocks the door to let sugar into your cells. When that system works well, your blood sugar stays nice and steady. But as we age, and especially after years of certain eating habits, that lock and key system can start to get a little rusty. The key doesn't turn as smoothly. Sugar lingers in the bloodstream longer than it should, and over time, that lingering sugar can quietly damage blood vessels, nerves, eyes, kidneys, and the heart. This is very important, so I want you to really hear this part. High blood sugar doesn't just affect people who've been formally diagnosed with diabetes. There's a whole spectrum here. Many people are walking around in what's called the pre-diabetic range for years, sometimes decades, without ever being told clearly what that means or what to do about it. And here's the part that breaks my heart a little. So many of these people could feel dramatically better just by understanding a few simple things about the food on their plate. Let's talk about the warning signs that people brush off every single day, thinking it's just a normal part of getting older. Do you ever feel unusually tired after meals? Like a heavy, foggy exhaustion that makes you want to lie down on the couch? Many people call that a food coma and laugh it off. But that heavy after-meal tiredness can actually be a sign that your blood sugar spiked high and then crashed, leaving your body and your brain running low on usable energy. Do you find yourself unusually thirsty, even when you haven't been active or out in the heat? That's another whisper your body sends when blood sugar is running high, because your kidneys are working overtime trying to filter out the extra sugar, and that process pulls extra water from your body. Do you notice you're using the bathroom more often, especially at night? Same reason. Do you have trouble focusing, or notice your vision getting blurry on and off throughout the day, not consistently, but in waves? That blurriness can happen because elevated blood sugar actually changes the shape of the lens in your eye temporarily. Most people blame this on just getting older too, and maybe some of it is, but often it's worth paying attention to. But wait, here's something most people don't realize at all. Slow healing cuts and wounds, more frequent infections, tingling or numbness in the feet and hands, these can also be connected to blood sugar that's been running high for a while. Your body's ability to heal and fight off infection is closely tied to how well your blood sugar is being managed. I'm not telling you this to frighten you. I'm telling you this because awareness is the first step toward taking your power back. Now, let's talk about why this happens, because understanding the why makes everything else make so much more sense. Diet is the biggest piece of this puzzle, and I want to be really honest and gentle with you here, because food carries so much emotional weight for all of us. Food is comfort. Food is family. Food is tradition. I'm not here to take that away from you or make you feel guilty about anything you've eaten in your life. I'm simply here to help you understand how certain foods affect your blood sugar, so you can make small, informed choices that help your body feel its best. Refined carbohydrates are one of the biggest factors. White bread, white rice, sugary cereals, pastries, sodas, and heavily processed snacks. These break down into sugar very quickly in your bloodstream. Picture pouring sugar directly into a glass of water. It dissolves almost instantly, right? That's similar to what happens when you eat these refined carbs. Your blood sugar shoots up fast, and then your body has to scramble to bring it back down, which can leave you feeling shaky, tired, or hungry again soon after eating. Now here's where the good news comes in, and this is the part I really want you to remember. There are foods that work in the completely opposite way. Foods that help your blood sugar rise slowly and gently, almost like a smooth, steady hill instead of a sharp spike. And these foods are not expensive, exotic, or hard to find. Many of them are probably already sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's talk about leafy green vegetables first. Spinach, kale, collard greens, romaine lettuce. These are some of the most powerful blood sugar-friendly foods you can eat, and they're packed with fiber, which slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream. Fiber acts almost like a gentle traffic controller, telling sugar to ease into your system instead of rushing in all at once. And the wonderful thing about leafy greens is that you can eat generous portions of them without worrying about overdoing it. Then there are non-starchy vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, green beans, bell peppers, cucumbers. These are full of fiber and nutrients, very low in the kind of carbohydrates that spike blood sugar, and they help you feel full and satisfied. Filling half your plate with vegetables like these at most meals is one of the simplest changes a person can make. Let's talk about beans and lentils for a moment, because I think they don't get nearly enough credit. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils. These are loaded with fiber and plant-based protein, and they have what's called a low glycemic index, meaning they raise blood sugar slowly and gently rather than spiking it. They're also wonderfully affordable, which matters a lot for so many seniors living on a fixed income. A simple bowl of lentil soup or a side of black beans can be both nourishing and gentle on your blood sugar. Now let's talk about fatty fish: salmon, sardines, mackerel, trout. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which research has shown may help improve how your body responds to insulin over time. Fish doesn't spike blood sugar at all since it has virtually no carbohydrates, and it provides high-quality protein that helps you feel satisfied and steady throughout the day. Nuts and seeds are another wonderful option: almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds. A small handful as a snack instead of crackers or chips can provide healthy fats and fiber that help keep your blood sugar nice and stable between meals. Let's talk about cinnamon for a moment, because this is something many people find surprising and delightful. Some research suggests that cinnamon may help improve the way your body uses insulin. Now, I want to be very clear and responsible here. Cinnamon is not a cure, and it's not a replacement for anything your doctor has recommended. But sprinkling a little cinnamon on your oatmeal, your coffee, or even on roasted vegetables is a simple, safe way to add flavor while potentially supporting your blood sugar goals. Berries deserve a special mention too: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Unlike many other fruits, berries are lower in sugar and high in fiber and antioxidants. A small bowl of berries can satisfy a sweet craving in a much gentler way than, say, a slice of cake or a glass of fruit juice. And speaking of fruit juice, this is something I really want to highlight because so many people don't realize this. Fruit juice, even the 100% natural kind, can spike blood sugar very quickly because the fiber from the whole fruit has been removed, leaving behind concentrated sugar in liquid form. Eating a whole orange is wonderfully different from drinking a glass of orange juice, even though they come from the same fruit. Whole grains are another piece of the puzzle: steel-cut oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley. These take longer for your body to break down compared to their refined white counterparts, which means a gentler, slower rise in blood sugar. And let's not forget about plain Greek yogurt, which is high in protein and lower in sugar compared to flavored, sweetened yogurts. Pairing it with a few berries and a sprinkle of nuts can make for a wonderfully balanced, blood sugar-friendly snack or breakfast. Now, here's something most people don't realize, and I think this might be one of the most important points in this entire video. It's not just about which foods you eat, it's also about how you combine them and the order in which you eat them. Eating vegetables and protein before you eat carbohydrates, even within the same meal, can actually help blunt the blood sugar spike that would otherwise happen. So if you're having a plate with chicken, vegetables, and a small portion of rice, eating the chicken and vegetables first and the rice last can make a real difference. Isn't that fascinating? Such a small change, and yet it can have a real impact. Let's also talk about portion sizes, because this matters more than people realize. Even healthy carbohydrates, in very large portions, can raise blood sugar significantly. It's not about eliminating carbohydrates completely. Your body does need some for energy. It's about moderation and balance. A general simple guideline that many people find helpful is picturing your plate divided in sections, half filled with non-starchy vegetables, a quarter with lean protein, and a quarter with whole grains or starchy vegetables. Simple, visual, and easy to remember without needing to count or measure anything. Now let's talk about something that connects directly to blood sugar, but often gets overlooked completely: stress. I know this might seem unrelated to food, but stay with me here, because this is really important. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol, and cortisol actually signals your liver to release more glucose into your bloodstream, preparing your body for a fight or flight response, even when there's no actual danger present. For many seniors, daily stress, worrying about health, finances, loneliness, family, creates a constant low simmer of these stress hormones, which can keep blood sugar elevated even when eating habits are otherwise pretty good. Managing stress through gentle activities like walking, deep breathing, prayer, time with loved ones, or even just sitting quietly in the sunshine for a few minutes each day can genuinely support healthier blood sugar levels. Sleep plays a role here too, and this is something that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Poor sleep, whether from insomnia, sleep apnea, or simply not getting enough hours, has been shown to affect how your body processes sugar the very next day. Even one night of poor sleep can reduce your body's sensitivity to insulin temporarily. So when you think about managing your blood sugar, please don't forget that quality sleep is just as much a part of the picture as the food on your plate. And then there's movement. I'm not talking about intense exercise or anything that feels overwhelming. Even something as simple as a gentle 10 or 15-minute walk after a meal can help your muscles use up some of that glucose from your bloodstream, almost like opening an extra door for the sugar to exit through, separate from insulin alone. Many people find that an after-dinner walk, even just around the block or around the house a few times, makes a noticeable difference in how they feel afterward. Now, I want to pause here and talk about why all of this truly matters, because I don't want this to just be information that goes in one ear and out the other. I want this to genuinely settle into your heart, because your health is not just a number on a glucose meter. It's your ability to play with your grandchildren without feeling exhausted. It's your independence, your clarity of mind, your energy to enjoy your favorite hobbies. Long-term unmanaged blood sugar issues are connected to some very serious complications: nerve damage, vision problems, kidney issues, heart disease, and slow wound healing that can sometimes lead to much bigger problems down the road. I share this not to frighten you, but because I care, genuinely, about you having many more healthy, vibrant years ahead. The beautiful truth is this: your body is incredibly responsive to positive change at any age. It is never too late to start making small, caring adjustments. Even modest changes to your eating pattern, sprinkled with a little movement, a little stress relief, and a little better sleep, can lead to real, measurable improvements over time. This isn't about perfection. This isn't about never enjoying a slice of birthday cake again, or never having your grandmother's recipe at the holidays. This is about awareness, balance, and giving your body the support it's been quietly asking you for. So let's bring everything together now. Nice and simple, the way we've been talking this whole time. Fill your plate generously with leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables. Choose beans, lentils, fatty fish, nuts, and seeds when you can. Reach for whole grains instead of refined white versions. Enjoy berries instead of fruit juice when that sweet craving strikes. Sprinkle a little cinnamon into your day if you'd like. Eat your vegetables and protein before your carbohydrates at meals. Watch your portions, even with the healthy stuff. Take a gentle walk after meals when you're able. Protect your sleep like it's precious, because it truly is. And find small, calming moments throughout your day to ease the weight of stress on your shoulders. None of this requires a complicated diet plan or an expensive program. It simply requires awareness and the willingness to make small, loving choices for your body, one meal at a time. And please, always remember that any changes you make should be discussed with your own doctor, especially if you're currently taking any medications, because your personal health picture is unique to you and your doctor knows your full story. I want you to know something before we close today. The fact that you watched this entire video, that you cared enough to learn, that you're sitting here right now thinking about your health and your future, that says so much about who you are. You are someone who shows up for yourself. You are someone who still has so much living left to do, so many memories left to make, so many people who need you exactly as you are, healthy and present and full of life. Don't ever feel like it's too late or that small changes don't matter. They matter more than you know. Every vegetable on your plate, every gentle walk, every good night's sleep is a quiet act of love toward your own future. Take care of yourself the way you've spent your whole life taking care of others. You deserve that. You truly do. If you found this helpful today, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more simple health awareness videos every day. We're here to bring you honest, caring information you can actually use in your everyday life, and we're so grateful to have you with us. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.